be playing with some sand, so I figured I'd bring you along. If I can get this phone set up on this dollar store tripod I got. So if I leave this here, hopefully you'll be able to see. Won't lift up anymore. Nope. So I hope you can see all this. I'm going to try to catch as much as possible for you. Right now, I am just cleaning out my flasks. And I'm going to make some new molds. If this all works out. And I'm still getting set up. My girlfriend's going to come home and see I'm making a mess in the kitchen. And my cat is making a mess upstairs. Huh. I cannot find my little paint. Oh, there it is. So, I use this little brush for a lot. I'm scraping out the old burnt sand, and I will dump this back in the tub with all my good sand. And I just picked up another box of Petrobond, another 20 pounds. This stuff is not cheap. I'd swear the first order I made, which wasn't long ago, was half the price of what I paid for it the other night. And if I'm wrong, that means supplies have more than doubled in cost. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the first box of Petrobond that I ordered was 40 pounds for 50 bucks. And the other day, when I made my order from the same seller, it was 20 pounds for 50 bucks plus shipping. I didn't have to pay shipping the first time around, which is kind of funny because a while back I had ordered styrofoam skulls for Lost Foam Casting, and I paid, I think it was like $6 or $7 for 10 skulls, and I used them up within a couple of weeks. And the next time I went back to order, it was like $15 or $20 for 10 styrofoam skulls, the exact same skulls. Funny story about the exact same skulls. They didn't send me skulls that I ordered. The skulls that I ordered didn't have a whole lot of definition, didn't have a whole lot of character, and I wasn't real thrilled with them. But they were the only ones I could find. When I got my order, the skulls that I received looked absolutely awesome. And I used them up, made another order. And I did not receive the same skulls that I ordered the first time. And I didn't receive the skulls that they had pictured. The ones that I got the second order, they looked alright. But they didn't look as good as the first shipment I received. But they still looked better than what they had pictured in their listing on eBay. I also looked on Amazon, and the same seller was selling on Amazon too for a hell of a lot more than what he was charging on eBay. I don't understand how everybody gets their prices, but alright. What are we doing first? Here's my 3 options for tonight. Little keg barrel, which I'm probably going to end up doing. We got a little frog. And an owl, which I'm not sure is going to come out. I had to carve on its back wings a little bit because the way it had curved up, it was definitely going to catch the sand and destroy the mold or the casting. So I had to work on the wings a little bit. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Why don't we do this one first? Let's find out. So I'm going to have to make a little room here. And let's see what we can do. Just mushing the sand back up so I can reuse it, because it came out in solid blocks. That's how it comes out of the flask. So I'm gonna crush it back up. Just got done with dinner. I was watching Silver Keys, the afternoon trade day, after Mama T and Big T ended theirs. I apologize if you're going to miss any of what I'm doing here. Right now I'm just packing the sand down in the flask. Making sure I got the corners and the edges tight. There, we're going to get rid of these. Put those off to the side. Rolling pin out here and try to avoid making a mess in the process, because I'm trying to fit everything in this one little area, which I normally don't do. And we'll come over to this side. From here, we got to powder up the owl. A lot of people use different powders. Everybody, I suppose, uses what's available. And I'm guessing most people have baby powder available. I started off with, actually think it was Gold Bond for athlete's feet. But now I'm using plaster of Paris. So I'm just going to sink this down halfway in. Try to push it down in nice and even to the halfway spot. I think that's about it. I already powdered up the owl before I stuck it down in, which maybe I should have done maybe I should have done this part before I put the owl in, but I don't think it matters considering I powdered the owl. And what this does is stop the next layer of sand from sticking to this layer. I'm sure I'm using an excess amount of powder, but I don't really think you can use too much. I apologize if you're getting a look at the bottom of my bald head when I lean over to dust the powder out of it. So from here we take this half, and hope I got the right half because these things don't fit on other halves. But the one thing I do like about these that I've heard other people complain about is the holes here go all the way through, where on a lot of other ones they're solid up here. So if you can look, I don't know if you can see right down in the hole there, it's already filled with sand, which means people can't just poke it out and clean them out. They'll end up getting impacted with sand and they won't be able to put their flasks together. So I suppose I got lucky when I ordered these ones, being a noob, not knowing what to look for. All right, next we're gonna sift the sand. Goes through the strainer. And instead of just putting it on in clumps, you can see it's real fine. And that's gonna capture all the detail. There we go. That's probably good enough. Again, I'm going to pack it around the edges, right on top there. Now that I got the owl covered, I can just put it in here, push it down, pack it down, rub it, smack it, rub it down, no, oh shit, never mind. 80s rap, 90s rap, I don't know. I never listened to this shit in the 80s or 90s. For some reason, I'm getting into it now. Not rap, more hip hop. Last week, something was playing on my YouTube mix, and it's not something I would have played on purpose if I knew there was anybody around me. I was outside of my truck. And part of what I do for a living, besides a lot of driving, is dig holes. And I was outside digging a hole, and I didn't realize somebody had come up to watch me. And I turn around, and I realize that, okay, there's a woman watching me now. And all of a sudden, I hear from my radio I think the person was suggesting somebody else give him some fellatio. And that is not what I need people hearing coming from my radio. Because when I'm working, I generally try to maintain some sort of professionalism. But, yeah, I ran over to my truck and I turned my radio off and apologized to the woman. And, she asked, she said, "Is that the type of music you normally listen to?" And my brain is screaming, "No, never heard it before." But that wouldn't have been an honest answer. So I told her, I was like, yeah, I don't know how the hell I ended up getting mixed up into listening to this. I said, none of my friends listen to it. I don't know anybody in this country that listens to the music I was listening to. It was English or British hip hop. And she was very surprised to see somebody that looks like me listening to that. I was wearing torn up jeans, a painted t-shirt, and a camouflage hat, listening to English hip hop. I can only imagine what it looked like from other people's point of view. All right, we got it out of the top half it went into. You see? There's half. Now, the trick is going to be getting that out of there. I've seen that work for other people. There we go. Come on. Let go. I think it's going to take some of the sand with it. It's loose. Come on, fall out. Ah, the sand is coming. I don't know if you can see on the edge there, the sand started sliding in. The way these things are made is they're beveled in. So basically the sand can't fall out the backside. But on the bright side, I still got to make a sprue. Considering that slid in a little bit, that will make a better seal around the edges, I'm hoping, and I won't have nearly as much cleanup to do. But by the looks of things, I got some detail in there, and I thought for sure that this was going to catch the sand and ruin it, but by the looks of things, it came out all right. So now we just simply create, oh well, a cavity for this one's going to be silver, for the silver to flow through. Okay, that should be plenty of a cavity, plenty of enough of a cavity. Am I saying that right? Sprue? Yeah, sprue it. Right? Just sprue it. Okay. So now at this point I just make sure there's no sand in the inside here. Put it back together very carefully. And create a vent, which I forgot to do. So normally I'd use a toothpick. I think I got one here somewhere. There it is. from here, I just make a little line. Make a little line down here for the gas to escape out of as I'm pouring the silver in, so I don't get a big old air bubble. Poke a hole out right through the sand and pull it out the back side, and that is where the gases are going to escape from. There are two. They're going to escape from in there and go out there. That's the plan. Can you still see that? All right, I hope so. So next, I think I want to do this frog I got. And that's it. And after that, I will put clamps on the sides to make sure it don't come apart. Set that off to the side. And the froggy's next. I hear Raven on. Mrs. Keys must have ended her stream. I kind of feel bad when I'm not able to participate in some people's streams. Most of my pours, most of my money in this hobby. Now, this is not a complaint. I am absolutely thrilled. I'm in the position that I'm in right now. And I'm able to help out others like others have helped me. Most of the silver I've received has gone into some sort of benefit. Not mine either. There's a lot of other people out there that need help. So while I can, I like to give back to the community that has supported me in so many different ways. If it wasn't for the coin community at the Coin Tribe, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have the furnace that I have. What I would have is what I started off with, which was my homemade foundry built out of a 20-pound propane tank that I knocked the head off of. I don't know if you can still see this. Let me move this over here so you can see. I'm just powdering up the frog so the sand doesn't stick to it. There we go. It doesn't need much, just a little dusting. And from there, I will sink it straight down into the sand. Okay, maybe not straight, but pretty close. This is another one I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. But I try a lot of things that I'm pretty sure isn't going to work. And I try it anyway. And then it works. powder's clumping up. Here we go. So there's that. Get rid of the extra powder in the garbage. And as I'm hearing it hit the garbage, I can hear it. It almost sounds grainy. I don't think I should be using the plaster of Paris. And actually, it's old plaster of Paris from when I was sanding down the original molds. It would leave a pile of dust, and I just dump it back into the cup. And that's what I'm using. It's a little grainy, but that's all right. Here's the other half. Put that on there. And we'll run it through the strainer. And again, that's just, I run it through the strainer so the sand comes out really fine instead of in clumps and doesn't create a gap in any of the detail. So this is just kind of ensuring that I get all those little lines and crevices in there. I hope the quality of this video is going to be alright. This is kind of a tester. I'm live streaming from my phone, from my home, and I have not had great success with it before. So you guys, we all may be looking at one big blurry, blotchy video. The odds of anybody actually watching my videos to the end anyway are pretty slim. I think YouTube Analytics said the average time for people watching my video was like 1 point something seconds, which I don't quite understand how the hell that works, because I got over 100,000 views on my videos. Girls Mud Wrestling, that got me a lot of views. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. See how we did. Moment of truth. I see a froggy smiley face. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's see here. Huh. This one... You know what, I'm just going to go with it because I always say it. This one's fucked up. It's not going to come out right, but... Oh. Well, that certainly made things easy. I guess I know where I'm putting my sprue. There was a little bit of sand trapped in its toes. That's in this end. We're going to run with it and see how it comes out anyway. Take this and just create a cavity for the metal to flow through. See, the only problem with making a frog is my girlfriend collects frogs. And it wouldn't surprise me if she claimed it before I had a chance to list it or try to sell it. I don't list anything. I don't do eBay or Craigslist. I have a very hard time trusting people. I would never sell on eBay. And if you don't know why, go look at Man Mountain Link or Man Mountain Metals and watch his eBay, my eBayers are special videos. Funny as hell. This dude is hilarious. Man Mountain, you're a funny motherfucker, dude. I'd hate for you to turn your attention on me. Um, that's it. I'm gonna end this. Go turn on my furnace. Normally, I would turn on the furnace and let that heat up while I'm making my molds. But honestly, this is the fastest my molds have ever come out. Normally, it takes me like a half an hour to do one sand cast. Damn, Value Hunter. I have never heard his name before. Up until yesterday or the day before. At least that I recall. I don't remember seeing his name. Um, and now he's become like one of my favorite people in the community. He's one of those people that really cares about the people in his community. Regardless of what kind of interactions or how much of an interaction he's had with them. Value Hunter, I had donated a couple of pours to Big Red's benefit auction for uncle and nieces. I didn't know Shane personally, but he was a friend of Big Red's, so friend of Red's is a friend of mine. But Value Hunter, he purchased a master link. It was a chain master link. Hold on a second, I'll show you. I can't show you the original master, the silver master link that I made right now because it's in my display, my carousel. I have a coin carousel, and that's where it's going to stay for eternity. But this is what I made it out of. This is, I guess, the mold. This is the master link from my motorcycle chain. Well, technically the chain is on my four-wheeler, but it's the same size chain for motorcycles, at least the smaller ones. It's a 520 DID, or DID 520. But Value Hunter purchased the master link and turned around and said keep it. He paid for it and said keep it. That's not the first time people have done that to me in the community. It's just mind blowing, honestly. Like, fucking wow. You guys are just amazing, and you make it easy to you lead by example. So that's why most of my pours have been going out to people or for people in need. Honestly, I enjoy helping people more than I enjoy making money, which is a little odd, a little new to me. But yeah, everybody in the coin community has just been fucking fantastic, really. Like, I can't even begin to describe how much everybody helps each other. It's just like, wow. All right, I need to create a vent hole in this, and I don't want to do it like I normally would. So I suppose we're gonna poke a hole straight through here and hope for the best. Come on. That's gonna create a blemish. Just got to dig it out a little bit. Come on. Maybe I should have used a toothpick. Yep, I'm giving a frog a bung hole. Can you still see? That's better. That's another person. I just heard Ravenhawk mention Ida Herring. She is on way too early for me. But boy, is she a popular woman. It seems like everybody in the community knows Ida Herring and watches her stream every morning before I even get out of bed. Alrighty, everybody. So that's what we got for today. Well, for now, anyway. There's the frog's face, the front side. Let's see here. Can we get... There it is. There's the frog. What was the other one again? Oh, yeah, an owl. I think we got some decent definition in there. Oh, wait a minute. That side's the owl's face. So, I will return and let you know how we make out. Alrighty, everybody. Much love. And I will talk to you all soon. Ribbit.